So, some of you guys might relate to this, okay? And it's about intention, right? So as you know, I have 6 kids, right? 4 boys, 2 girls. A 13, an 11, a 9, a 7, a 5, and then a soon-to-be 1 year old, okay? Now, when you have kids and, teens and preteens, this will happen, right? When you give them something to do, they say they're going to do something, they have the intention of doing it, but then get distracted and actually don't do it, right? Like, any parents? Yes? Okay, cool. So, guys, probably gals too, but guys, right? Because I'm going to talk like who I know. So guys, you do that often. You have all those intentions. Intention of taking care of your wife, taking her on a weekly date, you don't do it. Intention of like massaging her feet when her feet hurt, you don't do it. Intention on booking a vacation, don't do it because you get distracted maybe. Intention on working on your body, but you don't do it because you're like, well, I was looking for the right program or whatever, don't do it. Intention of playing with your kids, don't do it. Intention of maybe if you haven't started a business or have failed before, intention of starting a business, don't do it because you get distracted, 1, you get fearful, 2, and you don't believe that this is what he wants you to do. So you freeze, you overanalyze, or you're just not confident in who you are. So let me read the 2 definitions, okay? Between intention and execution and how they relate together, all right? Okay, so intention. Intention refers to the mental state or attitude that represents a commitment to carry out an action or achieve a particular outcome in the future. It's the I plan to or I want to stage, right? Many people where you acknowledge something needs to happen, but haven't taken any steps yet. And many of you, you're stuck in the intention stage. Oh, I'm intending on losing some weight. Yeah, I'm intending on working with somebody I know I need to. Yeah, I'm intending on. Like you plan, you want, but you never do. Now let's read the definition of execution. You ready? Here we go. Execution. On the other hand, execution is the act of carrying out or accomplishing that intention. Is the I'm doing it, I have done it phase, right? Where plans meet reality through concrete steps, actions, or operations. Remember, I always talk about like, hey, you're lying again. And because you lie so much, you forget that you're living in fantasy, that you're no longer in reality. Because you're in so much intention, you're like stuck intention on intention on intention on intention and no execution. Courses, and no completion. Programs, weights, but you never use them. Like that needs to stop. You cannot have intention and no execution. You better have execution with no intention. I'm just going. I got trigger. I know I need to go there. I go. You better off doing that than just having all those intention. Right? Like in short, like intention sets the direction, but execution is the journey of the intention. Because without the execution, it's like a ship with a map but no fuel. It's not going anywhere. Unless you have a sail, but that means you have no wind. I know some of you guys trying to be smart. Listen, you need to stop having a bunch of intention and no execution. I promise you. I've had so many intentions, my wife would tell you. Right? If I can put her on, she would tell you. So many intentions. So many things I want to do. So many books I want to write. So many courses that I will buy to try to do this. No execution. Or micro execution. Right? Like you have to stop a bunch of intention and start executing. Because otherwise you're just that person that keeps on talking but doesn't produce. Keeps on wanting but doesn't get. Right? And that is why intention is killing your family and your future. I don't need attention, I need execution. I don't need you to talk about it, I need you to do. And sometimes, guess what? Sometimes you're going to need a coach, you're going to need a community. You might need your wife to kick you into you know what. Because you keep on having a bunch of intentions with no execution. So there we go. That's the message that was given to me. Triggered by somebody in my house that said he was going to do something but didn't do it. But he had the intention. He's still wanting to do it, but then gets distracted. And guess what? Adults, we're just older kids. Right? Like somebody named Gary Jones said, adults are just degenerated kids. Because you have things that you haven't healed from. You have things that your parents did not transform, and so therefore it got transferred to you. And so you're in that place of like, I'm keeping on having those intentions, but I never execute anything. Right? So let's get in that season of execution. No more intention. We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to want it. We don't need to have a want list. We need to have an execution list. But like E.T. Eric Thomas said, you need to have a to-done list. Not a to-do list, a to-done list. Alright? So remember, be relentlessly all in. Release it. The emotion, the ego, the think you know better, the intentions. Be seen. Be part of the discussion. Like I need you in the comments saying something. Even if it's like, fire emoji, 100, whatever. Be seen. Because too many of you guys just keep on watching and looking and you don't want to participate in anything. You're just watching. You're on the sideline, in the bleacher, just watching people do what they're called to do. And you know you're supposed to be there, but you just like, I'm just watching. I don't know. Be seen. If your first comment like might be stupid to you, it is stupid to you. But not to somebody else. Release it, be seen, don't hide. You're strong, show up. You're weak, show up. You're doing good, show up. You're doing bad, show up. Be seen. Don't go in your cave and hide. And as soon as things are good, hey, here I am. I'm back. I'm here. Don't do that. Like that was me. Things don't do good, don't go well. I would just go, I'll be back when things are better. No, because guess what happened? You might do that at work, but then guess what happened? You do that at your home. Things are not doing good. You don't want to be present inside of parties, inside of gatherings, inside of like dinner table. You want to eat watching TV. Like you don't want to be seen, so you hide. Oh yeah, I know somebody just went like, yeah, that's me. Right? Like don't hide. Be seen. You're there. Because in those different seasons that you have, the up, the downs, and the in between is life. Life is made out of all those little moments. The good ones, the bad ones, the sad ones, the happy ones, the excited one, the rage ones. Life. Now you need to know how to handle it, right? That's why inside of our coaching we talk about stacking, right? How to stop, how to struggle with the fact that, you know, you're responsible for what happened and how to change the story. Right? But you're present every single time. You just don't hide because now you're angry, or hide because now you're guilty, or hide because you're sad. You show up. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Day in, day out, daily deposit to your wife without asking for anything in return. Daily deposit to your kids without asking anything in return. Daily deposit to people in your community without asking anything in return. Right? Don't hide. Be seen. Release it. Be relentlessly all in. You got this.